Making contact is very short, but it's very important. Why? Because the first seconds and the first minutes are going to influence all the rest of the meeting. That means that if you create a warm relationship with your client, then it's going to be easy. Your sale is going to be easy. While if you don't do it, most of the time you're going to lose your sale. If you don't break the ice right away, it's going to be very difficult later. So, making contact is not only the words that you say, it's the rule of 5. The 5 first gestures, because when you see somebody, you see the person walking at the beginning. And even before talking to him, you make a first impression and you assume that the person is like that or like that. You can always change your assumptions, but it's going to be more difficult later. So the first 5 gestures are key. Then he's going to see your face. So the first face expressions. Then the first tone of the voice. The first words, the 5 first words, during the 5 first seconds. Okay? So the rule of 5. Gestures, face expression, tone of voice, and words. Okay? During 5 seconds. So it's very short, but it's very difficult to make a good contact right away to try to create a warm relationship. Now, how can you break the ice? You know the word, the expression. How can you make it? You have to put the client at ease as much as possible. Don't try, and that's a terrible mistake, to try to show that you are a super sales rep. I'm a super rep, etc. You know the person that try to very often for automobiles, for cars and everything, the rep is arriving and the salesman trying to show that he's very good. No, this is just when the client sees that in general, he goes backward. On the other hand, you should try to have an anchor to break the ice and to try to begin a relationship with this person and to put him at ease so that he trusted you. So if you are in a company, you can have a look at the walls. You can look at the trophies on the wall so that you can compliment on the trophy later. You can have a look at the painting if you're a painter. If you are a photographer, you can look at and even if you are not, you can see the photos that are there, and you can begin the discussion on that later. When for example, if it's in the tower and your client is a vice president and he's on the corner of the tower, which is the place of the president, the directors and the vice presidents, you can compliment on the view he has. He's always going to be happy to hear it. Or you can discuss about the weather. It has been snowing. You can tell him how much difficult it was to come, and he's going to say, "Oh, where are you coming from?" "Oh, yes, it was the same thing for me this morning," for example. If you go outside in little villages or little towns that you don't know, in the morning when you take your breakfast, don't try to go on the internet, see what's happening in New York or Moscow or North Korea. Just read the local news and local newspapers so that you can talk about it to the person you are going to meet. If there was an accident during the night, you can discuss about this accident to the person you are going to meet. And he may say, "Oh yes, I just read that this morning in the paper. I know the person who were there." That occurred to me one day. Or, "Oh, how did you see that? How did you discover that? It looks like you know the place better, the region better than I am doing myself." So try to find something. Obviously, the ideal, is that you had been able to go at the same school together before, but that is a chance. Then you are very lucky. Or that you were practicing the same, or you are still practicing the same sport, sailing, golf, or whatever. So the key to break the ice is to have a warm meeting, to have during the 5 first seconds, something that is nice and warm, and then to break the ice with a subject that is common to both persons. Introducing the meeting now. First, it's important to give the objective of the meeting. How long it will take. Generally, it's between 45 to 60 minutes, for a business meeting. And then you present yourself and the link to the business that he has to ensure your credibility. You have to try to ensure your credibility, but quickly. Don't spend too much time. The best way to show your credibility is to ask the right questions. You can talk about your studies, you can talk about where you had been, your other customers, but don't be too long because the monologue, clients don't like it too much. So be as short as possible. So the pitfalls: present yourself for a very long time. That's very, very dangerous, because at some point he's going to cross the arm and say, okay, that's very interesting what you say, and give me you have a brochure? Yes, okay, thank you, I'm going to think about it and I'll call you back. And then it's finished. That means that's an easy way for him to get rid of you. If the client asks you some question, can you talk a bit more about you, or can you talk about your products right now? Don't answer to that. You don't know him well enough. So the solution is to tell him, tell me more about you, present me, and then I'm going to be able to present the products that you need, okay? Don't explain the product right away, even if he asks it. Or if he tells you, tell me more about your company. Be very short and say, okay, I'm going to present you now the company and the products and services, but first, tell me more about you and your requirements or your objective, and then I'm going to present you what you need. So that's for introducing the meeting, and then after we'll go to fact-finding or uncovering needs.